Sometimes you're just going about your day, and inevitably you run into the dumbest tweet you've ever seen in your entire life. And that's okay. I've tweeted out some incredibly dumb things too. It's just the nature of Twitter. You have a reaction in the moment, and then you tweet it out, and you realize that you're just horrifically wrong. Or you realize that, everybody else had a different reaction or saw something different in the same thing that you had. As somebody that puts my opinions on the internet with regularity, this happens more than you feel like it should, honestly, especially considering the amount of storage space up here. I feel like I should be able to hang on to more knowledge than I normally am able to. But this comes from a Twitter account that has 1 million followers, one that I've seen before called Football Tweet, right? But 1 million followers, right? And I'm sure only half of those are paid for. Jokes aside, God, he tweets a lot. This is unbelievable. I thought I could just stroll down and find. No, is this how you get 1 million followers on Twitter? You just tweet 80 million times a day? I tweet like twice a week. Anyways, this is the tweet, which they've also reposted. I just don't like this shit. That's so just like eyeballs for eyeballs' sake. They've tweeted this out. They've gotten a lot of reaction to it and some traction. And that's where the feed's so full. They're retweeting. Half their tweets are just them retweeting themselves. Well, I need to make a whole separate video about all like these accounts. But anyways, it's this one particular tweet. And this is not the only person to save this account in any way that I can that I saw expressing this sort of thing. It's the Mickey Vandeven goal from the weekend. If you hadn't seen it, I'll show you it in a second. But I can't stop thinking about how little Rashford did here. He's on more than 300,000 pounds a week, by the way. This is the best example I've seen in a long time of complete brain rot discussion about soccer and football here. Right? Because the goal is Mickey Vandeven winning the ball ahead of Rashford. So this is Rashford, and this is Mickey Vandeven. Vandeven wins the race to the ball pretty easily. Rashford's very fast. Mickey Vandeven's faster. He gets to the ball first. He had a right to that ball in the first place. Rashford goes for this. It is very likely he's getting at least a yellow card. Bruno Fernandes learned that lesson the hard way later in this match, right? So Rashford doesn't go for it, and he's already sprinting this direction, so he just kind of lets it go. Marcus Rashford is also a part of the front three of the team, so he's definitely not somebody that is supposed to be in a tracking back mentality. And him, like everybody else in the stadium, is not expecting Mickey Vandeven to go on what is undoubtedly an absolutely generational run all the way to the end line and then whipping it across to Brennan Johnson. Now, if you watch this play, right, if you watch this play from the point that we started through Mickey Vandeven running by basically everybody in the midfield, Bruno Fernandes, you've got the fullback, the center back, right, like four dudes that have a chance to stop Mickey Vandeven here. If you watch this whole play and your takeaway is what the fuck is Marcus Rashford doing, you know exactly this much, that much about soccer or football. And how embarrassing is it for you that I'm able to call it soccer and I still know more than you, right? Because what the fuck is Rashford supposed? Like, I'm sorry, this bothers me. What is Rashford supposed to do? Right? Your best possible argument is you're blaming Marcus Rashford for not committing a professional foul that would guarantee him a yellow card by grabbing the shoulder of Mickey Vandeven here. I don't know. Right? I don't know where this could possibly come from, why you could possibly be saying this. I mean, Manchester United just lets him run right down the field. And it's very clear that Marcus Rashford and everybody else on the field had no idea what Mickey Vandeven was capable of in this situation. Right? They completely underestimated it. They didn't believe that Mickey Vandeven had the freedom or was allowed to go this far up the field. And Mickey Vandeven just went into his bag and made an absolutely unbelievable play. But there is simply no possible argument that Marcus Rashford did anything wrong. Now, is Marcus Rashford infallible? No. He's definitely somebody that has not embodied the idea of high-pressure football at various periods, right? But there is none of this on Marcus Rashford. This is when Vandeven gets to the ball. I mean, if Marcus Rashford is going to make a tackle to win that ball, it is going to be a world-class, perfectly timed, full-speed lunge, the kind of which you don't want your attacking player attempting with anything other than 3 minutes to go in the World Cup final, because it is very likely to end up in some sort of catastrophic foul, right? It is that is the sort of ridiculous, over the top, definitely doesn't meet the cost benefit analysis type of play that you would be lunging in for. It's absurd that you would suggest Marcus Rashford is supposed to do something here. And it's like, Marcus Rashford is fast, and you can see when you let this play out, he's trying. Like, it's not like Marcus Rashford's not trying to get to the ball, but you see when he realizes that Van de Ven's going to get to it, and he doesn't want to pick up that foul. I'm boggled by this, right? There's so many takeaways from this match: that Manchester United is cooked, that Manchester United is bad, that Ten Hag's going to get fired next week, right? That Manchester United is so far away from what they used to be under Sir Alex Ferguson, they're unrecognizable, that they need a new coach. All of those takeaways, things that I didn't feel like making a video about because I feel like I just made that video after Manchester United lost to FC Twente. And I didn't want to beat up a dead horse. It's already dead. But this tweet has brought me back to this match because I'll be honest, and I'm guilty of this, but I hadn't dropped an I'll be honest this entire video, so it's time to drop an I'll be honest. There is an epidemic in people that just don't actually understand football and soccer at all, talking about it in a way where it is amplified a ton. And I won't pretend to be somebody that understands it overly intimately, right? But there's a difference between thoughtfully constructing an opinion about something and not thoughtfully constructing opinions about something, right? Thoughtfully constructing an opinion about something would be me sitting here and kind of trying to work through what I think about various topics. If I'm wrong, I'll make another video about it because I'm a YouTuber and talk about how I was wrong in terms of the way that I thought about something, right? Especially when it comes to the football side of things, right? But this type of engagement farming, baiting kind of, because part of me believes that this Twitter account doesn't believe this. I actually think the more I look at this and the more I see like, oh, we're retweeting our own tweets, it's just pure engagement farming. And I don't know what the point is. Because to be honest, how much is Twitter paying you? Right? Because I get I don't mean to flex my impressions here, but I get a couple million impressions on Twitter, probably more than that. I don't really pay attention to it. Twitter pays me like $20 a month. Right? Like, let's say the football tweet is getting 10 times the impression of that. Like, a really ridiculous number of impressions, hundreds of millions of impressions. That's $200+ a month. So what even is the point other than just like raw vanity? But nobody actually cares who you are and what you do because it's inescapable, right? You just appear on the timeline. There's no like brand behind it or anything. There's no following. There aren't people that are like, oh, thank you, football tweet, or you've really enhanced my life, football tweet. You're just there. These are the types of accounts that are just fillers on the internet. It's almost like dead internet theory. There's like no personality to the internet anymore. That it's just this sort of stuff where it's just regurgitating hot takes, trying to farm as many engagements as possible. But for all of the people that did happen to tweet this out and for whatever reason seem to be able to believe it, Rashford didn't do anything wrong on this play. And this takes the cake for the worst tweet that I've seen this week. So congratulations. But look, we all tweet stupid stuff. So that happens. If this was a genuinely held opinion, it happens. Sorry, brother. Enjoy the award, though. Not everybody can win stupidest tweet of the week. I'm still trying,